All right, everybody. Welcome to the best sports podcast on the web. This is Off the Rails. I'm your host, John, today. And let's go over the busy Tuesday in the world of sports. I am telling you, it is just a glorious time. I know October's pretty bitchin'. We got football, we got college football, we got the playoffs in baseball, we got the beginning of NHL and NBA. But man, hockey playoffs are just fantastic. Anybody who watches them, man, it is just bloody fantastic. And, you know, NBA is pretty damn good too, right? All right. So later today, I think I'm going to have a podcast with Scott. We're actually going to talk about a little Kentucky Derby, talk about some hockey, and who knows what? Who knows what's going to actually go down? You never know. And that's why it's off the rails. All right. Let's talk about the NBA. Busy night in the association. We had 4 games. Pacers, amazing comeback. Beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Put a knife in them. Scored the game winner as time expired. Won that series 4-1. Giannis, what do we do with him? I mean, where do you trade him? I personally, Lillard's out for the year. You know, Doc Rivers says we don't want him to go out that way. But I don't know. I mean, to me, he's going to Houston or he's going to OKC. It seems like those are the 2 teams that have the most assets, most young players, most draft capital to get him. We'll see. But I just, the NBA is a great league, and the players do control quite a bit. We saw Jimmy Butler wanted out. He got out. Kevin Durant is kind of the wild card. Where is he going to end up? I wouldn't be surprised with Houston. Houston, especially if they lose to Golden State in the first round, they're going to try and get a real score. And to me, I'd lay it down to get Giannis, but I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to tell you something. That's going to be a king's ransom. That is going to be a king's ransom. And I'm not saying Giannis is going to get traded, but Nico Harrison just took over as GM. He left the Mavericks, so just saying. All right, the Pistons rebounded from a terrible weekend and a terrible call in Game 4. Beat the Knicks 106-103 in the Garden. They're down 3-2. I don't know if you're going to overcome that Game 4, but they're trying. The Celtics put away the Magic, beat them 4-1. They had a 120-89. They just put the throttle on them. They just really put it. Jason Tatum, he is just a stud. 36, 8, and 10. What a series he had. And finally, in the nightcap, in truly the most competitive first-round series, and that's saying a lot considering how good the Pistons and Knicks are, the Nuggets beat the Clippers 131-115. Now they head back to L.A. They're up 3-2, but we shall see what that brings. Let's get over to the NHL. Truly my favorite playoff series. The Senators, looking at elimination, beat the Maple Leafs in Toronto 4-0. Pretty impressive. Allmark, 29 saves. Guy was just an animal tonight. Good goaltending. Hurricanes, God love those Hurricanes. They eliminated the New Jersey Devils 5-4. On the other side of the bracket, we had the Golden Knights winning in overtime 3-2 against the Wild. That was a really, really close game. The Wild should have won, but they had a power play in the third period. They tied it up, got the OT, and won it. The Oilers, got to give the devil his due. Scott was right. He picked them to win this series. I thought maybe, I said this the other day on our podcast, I thought maybe the Kings were a little younger, a little faster. But man, in that third period, I really do not understand it. The Oilers, it was 1-1, and they scored 2 goals in the final period to win that. Amazing. It looks like they're going to go on. All right. Let's get over to the MLB. Excuse me. Let's not hate, okay? Guardians beat the Twins 2-1. Kyle Manzardo's homer in the ninth propelled the Guardians to the 2-1 win over the Twins, walk-off win. Yankees 15-3 over the Orioles, and I don't even know what you say about the Orioles. They're just playing really terrible. 11-18. Terrible, terrible. Cubs beat the Pirates because who doesn't beat the Pirates these days? 9-0. Amaga for the Cubs, is 3-1 with a 2.7 ERA. You know, you're actually seeing some pitchers along the periphery who are really having stellar years. Phillies beat the Nationals 7-6. Who doesn't beat the Nationals? Maybe let's get to relegation. Even though I'm looking at their record, they're 13-17, not bad. Royals beat the Rays 3-1. Rays are almost, I mean, they were at 500 going into this game. Royals finally got even at 15-15. The Rays are 14-15. Actually, I think it's a lot better than most people would have expected. The Red Sox are on a roll. They are really, put some butter on them because they are on a roll. Crochet, 3-2, 2.05 ERA. They won 10-2 over the Blue Jays. They're 17-4. Finally got above 500 on the road, 9-8. You know, they're playing some good baseball. The last week and a half has been really, really good. Mets get another win against the Diamondbacks, 21-9. They beat them 8-3. Brewers beat the White Sox. I'm tired of even talking about the White Sox. I'm gonna put them in the Colorado category where I should have put them a long time ago. I'm an idiot. Let's just call it what it is. Brewers beat them 7-2. The Athletics lost to the Rangers 15-2. They obviously got 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. The Astros beat the Tigers 6-4. Yeah, I mean the Astros 16-13, not bad. Tigers 18-12, impressive. Braves getting closer to that 500. Not that I'm a pimp, but I'm gonna keep giving my shout out to my brother Brian. He was saying, "Hey man, don't stress. If this is the middle of the season, we wouldn't even be talking twice about it." And he's right. They won 8-2. They're 14-15. They literally this week could get to 500, which I didn't think they were going to get there till June. The Mariners actually seem to be on a real nice streak. They beat the Angels 5-3. The Angels seem to be falling. I don't know. It just things are not going well for them. Miller won for the Mariners, 3.5 ERA, kind of not that good. What are you going to do? Mariners are 17-12, 11-6 at home. Padres beat the Giants, interdivision West matchup. Padres 18-11, Giants 19-11. God, man, that West is loaded. Like I said, the Padres won 7-4. And finally, in the nightcap, the Dodgers 15-2 over the Marlins. Dodgers are 14-3 at home, right? They're 6-7 on the road. Wow, I don't know what that is. I really don't. Alcantara 2-3 with an 8.3 ERA. You know, Brian and I'm not. Look, let's get something straight. This podcast, this sports podcast, whether it's Brian, Scott, myself, we're saying stuff that you don't hear in legacy media in this stuff. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. The thing I want us to do, and I think everybody does it, is they own it when we're wrong. I'm not going to sit here like Mel Kiper. Shadur Sanders. He's got to go in the first round. He's got to go in the second. I literally heard that for 6 hours. Okay, he is the best available. The NFL doesn't know. Okay, all right. Go back to your Johnny Manziel should be the number 1 pick thing. But talking about Alcantara, Brian was saying, the Red Sox should take a swing at it and trade for him before the year starts. And I didn't really see it. I think we kind of shot the load with Crochet, but I think if the Marlins are thinking of moving Alcantara, it's going to be hard now. I mean, he's really going to have to show something in 5 or 6 games to get rid of him at the trade deadline. Because let's be honest, the Marlins are not interested in winning a title. They're not. They're just trying to be competitive, fill their stadium. What are you going to say? All right, the Cardinals and Reds were postponed. Going to have a doubleheader today. I like the Reds. They're playing good. Over 500, 16-13. All right, if you could, though, please hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. Leave some comments, and we'll see you soon on Off the Rails.